He has that unexpected speed and power. You know, he'll be real relaxed, and then all of a sudden, boom! It'll be so unexpected because he'll be moving side to side, and then, whop! And then all of a sudden, he'll just like, let his hands go.
Got these T-Rex arms. Everybody's talking about how fast he is. Manny Pacquiao, T-Rex arms. Pop, pop, pop. Pop, pop, pop.
You don't even know where the punch is coming from. He'll just throw straight, and his punches are like solid. You know, they're not snappy. They're just like feel like bricks coming at you. Boom! You don't even know where the punch is coming from. He'll just throw straight, and his punches are like solid. You know, they're not snappy. They're just like feel like bricks coming at you. Boom!
Hello! There's always something so magical about Manny Pacquiao every time he steps onto the canvas. He's this smaller Filipino man who appears harmless in nature, kind, sweet. Truly, it's ironic how when one fighter wins, they say it's because he has more height, he has more reach. But with Manny Pacquiao, he holds neither of those qualities. It's almost as if he has no physical advantage. Everything about Manny Pacquiao breaks the narrative, yet despite that, he's found himself coming on top time and time again. A true living legend who's found the advantage in what many would have said were disadvantages. In this segment, we'll be looking at just that, how Manny Pacquiao has taken his shorter reach, his shorter height, and leveraged them as part of his winning conditions. Thank you for joining me as we take a closer glance. So how does Manny Pacquiao's smaller size usually play out as an advantage? Sure, a larger man can play to the outside, this typically strike first, pick you apart meticulously by keeping you at the end of their reach, but what smaller men have is a lower center of gravity. What does that equate to? More balance.
The kernel of what I teach, the nucleus of it, is balance. If you can increase your balance, you increase your entire fighting style. Once you have that balance, you have more control over what you do. Your entire fighting style strengthens.
Balance is a catalyst to one's entire game. This is why smaller fighters in general typically possess a level of footwork, speed, and flair not available to larger divisions. Lower center of gravity, thus greater balance, is one of the reasons why Manny Pacquiao is so quick with his feet, but also why he can step into a punch so quickly. He has this remarkable capacity to jolt into the pocket without a moment's notice, a capacity not witnessed from his larger opponents. Not just that though, the sheer volume he can consistently deliver is insane. The power of a punch is generated by one's feet. Every single punch Manny Pacquiao throws is timed with a quick step. Just look at how massive his calves are. His balance paired with his explosive ability to step in is what allows him to follow up punch after punch from the ground up. This is why he can deliver so much volume without losing power, balance, speeding up, recovery to regain a balanced position. His shorter reach adds to this as well, as his arms have a shorter distance to travel back after each punch. This was Mike Tyson's advantage exactly. He did not have the reach. He did not have the height. He was a smaller heavyweight in his division. When you'd look at him at first, he did not have the physical advantage, but in truth, his peekaboo style would not have been nearly as effective if he was tall and lanky. His ability to rapidly bob and weave into the pocket only existed because of his low center of gravity. That said, let's now look at a few techniques from Manny Pacquiao. Conventionally, a shorter reach fighter has to aggressively grunt his way into the pocket in order to find his reach, but with Manny Pacquiao, he uses a bit more finesse. He uses his opponent's reach against them. Observe here, Manny Pacquiao is patient, waiting for his opponent to extend. The moment his opponent does, he uses their punch as a gauge of distance for his own. He slips and deflects the punch, thus, while his opponent recovers, he uses his speed advantage to enter against that opportunity. This did a few things. He not only placed the threat of a counterpunch on the table, making his opponent more hesitant in future exchanges, but in this instance, he's entered into his range. When Manny Pacquiao has safely secured his reach, that's when you can expect a volley of punches incoming. At this range, his opponents are often shelled, unable to match the rate of fire, unable to feel a window to secure their own punch.
The story you are about to hear is true.
Again, waiting for his opponent to give him the reach, but his opponent adjusts, queuing onto Manny's slip when he sought to counter, stifling his momentum. Manny again waits. His hands are down. He's inviting the punch. Just appreciate Manny Pacquiao's nerves of steel. He evades the punch by just a hair. Boom! In comes his own punch against the window of recovery. If you noticed, he's adjusted from the slip as it was countered. When Manny Pacquiao has you second-guessing your ability to punch due to the threat of a counter, he steps into his own reach. Boom! Easily counters the duck uppercut with a straight left. Here, Manny probes with his lead, which triggers eye guard. Then watch how he enters his angle of attack by taking the outside foot. With the guard shelled high, the body is left wide open. Boom! When he has his reach, you can't expect his larger opponents with a higher center of gravity that matches work rate in the pocket. Thus naturally, they're left shelling. This is another technique signature to Manny Pacquiao, a check hook. Manny is excellent at finding his reach, countering his opponents with an overhand lead hook.
Only the name have been changed. Here. Only the name have been changed. The story.
But here, Hatton extends with a cross. Pacquiao sees it. He slips to the outside, then enters with a check hook. Boom. Not only that, he's again been given his reach. You know what to expect. The bigger Hatton, with a higher center of gravity, will not be able to match the output in the pocket. Jab slip, Hatton tries to put forward his own work, but it gets blocked. The smaller man now has his range. Hatton has no choice but to retreat. He cannot match the work rate in this range. Hatton has been trying to counter against Manny's jab. Manny cued on. Watch how Manny Pacquiao feints the jab, knowing Hatton will extend his. With this feint, he has caught Hatton's fist. Watch how he deflects it off trajectory. Meanwhile, in came a haymaker of a left Hatton never saw coming until it was too late. Look at how Hatton closes his eyes right before the moment of connect. He just accepts it. He knew he messed up. Boom. The lights had no choice but to go out. Naturally, Manny Pacquiao delivers a tier of power that has to be respected. It's very intuitive as to why he hits so hard. If he weighs the same as his competitors, but at the same time can move faster due to his lower center of gravity, mass times acceleration equals force. The speed at which he can deliver his technique is the deciding factor in proportion to his mass. That is why he's so powerful, but power is not even his greatest attribute. That is just a small portion of the equation. What truly sets Manny Pacquiao apart is his work ethic. His high-volume style would not be possible if he did not work so hard every morning. The bedrock foundation being his early morning cardio runs from childhood to today. That is the key to unlocking his advantage. That is how he turned what many recognize as a disadvantage into his advantage. This is exactly what the world needs to hear today. Manny Pacquiao is a physical manifestation of exactly what the world needs to see. In his 40s, people would have told him to retire early. After all, boxing is a young man's sport. With his height and reach, his ethnicity, people would have told him he is not good enough. But with sheer desire, work ethic, fueled with good intentions for his people, he has overcome nearly every odd life has placed before him. Witnessing this, witnessing his greatness, no, you are enough. Regardless of what anyone says, you are enough. At the end of the day, it was never Manny Pacquiao's anatomy that made him so special. It was his will that had him best use the cards that were dealt to him. It wouldn't have mattered what Manny Pacquiao looked like, how he was built. Where there is a will, there is always a way, and with Manny Pacquiao, no one could compete with his will, which held dearly in heart an entire nation. You are enough. If you have the will, be yourself, and you will find a way. Do not complain about your outside condition, from your appearance to your environment. In doing so, you underestimate what you've already been given. You underestimate your own power. After all, if Manny Pacquiao thought he was not enough, would he have ever become the senator dominating at age 40? Would he have ever become the hero we've all come to love? Thank you, Manny Pacquiao, for this lesson. It has truly been a privilege watching you on this grand stage. If you'd like more from me, please subscribe and hit the notifications. Thank you if you did. It truly does help the channel. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. It's good karma. And until next time, peace.
I get into boxing. The true story is that, like, because I want to help my family, I want to help my mother.